If you want a credit card that's going to allow you to get 10% cash back in a host of categories as a college student, stick around. How are you guys doing today? My name is Apple, and today we are filling in the financial gap between schools and the real world. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top pick for a student credit card that is going to allow you to get some serious cash back if you utilize it on a regular basis. So before we hop in, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's do it. So the card is the Discover It card for students. So Discover It students. So there is a non-student version of this card, but what you're going to want to look for is the student version. All right, so Discover It for students, that is our card. That's what we're talking about in this video. And that is going to be the best bet for you to get some serious cash back as a student with a card that you can actually get applied for. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the specs of this card, the reward specs, and how easy or hard it actually is to get this card as a college student, and just as any person in general. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so card specs. First off, there's no annual fee on this card, all right, guys? So you're paying no fees with this card. That is a must, in my opinion, for a student credit card. There are so many good options out there that require no fees, and this is one of them. Additionally, there's a 0% APR period for 6 months when you first get this card, so that's great. If this is your first card, that might be nice just so you can get in the feel for paying off your card, give you that 6-month window to just sort of figure it out before you get started charged interest on that. And the interest rate is going to range anywhere from 14.25% to 23.25%, which is just crazy. Do not be paying any interest on this card. Pay off your balance in full every single month like you should with all of your credit cards. A nice feature of this card as well with the Discover It card is it allows you to freeze your account from your phone instantly. So if you lose your wallet often, this could be a good feature for you just because you're able to shut down that card instantly. Additionally, there is no late fee the first time you pay late. So that's nice, again, for students, getting in the groove of paying off a credit card bill on time, getting that forgiveness there without having to pay, getting that one late payment forgiven. Additionally, you get free social security alerts with Discover. They're going to track your social security number and make sure that nobody else is using that in a fraudulent way. If they think somebody is, they're going to give you an alert for that, which is great. Additionally, Discover is going to give you free credit report change alerts. So if there is like a drastic swing in your credit report, they're going to tell you. So if something goes wrong, you can like report that immediately and get that sorted out before anything serious goes wrong any more than it already has. Additionally, they'll give you a free overnight replacement card. So honestly, this card is just so good for students because, I mean, students lose their wallet all the time. They might miss their first payment, all of this stuff. So Discover is really trying to work with students here. And that free overnight replacement card is great. So they'll overnight ship a replacement card to you if you lose yours. Additionally, there's no foreign transaction fees. So this can be good if you're studying abroad maybe, but the downside to this is Discover is not very widely accepted as far as cards go. So you're probably not gonna be able to get your card accepted in a lot of places, but if you do, you're not gonna pay any foreign transaction fees, so that's great. Additionally, Discover will give you your free FICO score, so that is a great benefit as well, just so you can keep tabs on your credit score. All right, so as far as reward specs go, there's a bunch of different rewards with this card, so let's just cover those individually. The first one is the good grades bonus. All right, so you get $20 every year that your GPA is over 3.0. So I mean, it's gonna add up to like $80 if you're able to keep good grades over the 4 years you're in school. So I mean, it's not very significant. I mean, a free $80 is a free $80, but it's not definitely the biggest draw to this card for me personally. So with the rewards, how it goes is you get 1% cash back on all of your purchases, and then you get 5% back on rotating categories. So these are going to rotate every single quarter. Currently the category is groceries. Next quarter it is dining, and in the last quarter of the year it is Amazon and wholesale clubs. So as you can see, these are like very significant categories, especially for college students who probably spend a lot of money on groceries. I know I do personally, followed by probably Amazon.com is where I spend probably the majority of my expenses go to Amazon because I buy a bunch of food in bulk and just office supplies, stuff like that. I buy pretty much everything on Amazon, so it's a good card for students who spend a lot of money on groceries, dining, Amazon, all that good stuff. and that goes up to $1,500 of spending each quarter. And unless you're like a huge, like big spender college student, it's probably not gonna be a big issue for you. You probably don't spend over $500 each month in any of these categories. I mean, maybe groceries if you buy a ton of food, or you shop at Whole Foods a lot, I don't know. But for the most part, you're probably not gonna run into any issues with going over those limits. And the really cool thing about Discover is they have this cashback match, where what they actually do is they match all of the cashback you earn in your first year. So with those 5% categories, in the first year, you're actually getting 10% back because they're gonna match all of that cash back at the end of the year. So really for the first year you have this card, it's really 2% cash back on everything and 10% on these rotating categories. So that's great. I don't know if any other cards that do that besides Discover. So it's really nice that they do that. And it's a great way to honestly get 10% back on like groceries or Amazon or all these good categories. Additionally, the rewards do not expire, and they can be redeemed directly at the Amazon checkout, which can be convenient. It's not always the best way to use your points, but that is an option as well. And there's no minimum amount that you have to redeem to get started. All right, so now that you know all the specs about the cards, the rewards, whatever, how hard is it to actually get for a college student? So with a college student with 0 credit, it's probably not going to be that hard to get this card, honestly. So as long as you can prove that you're a student, and as long as you haven't tanked your credit in the past, you should totally be fine for this card. I mean, it's aimed at students, and Discover knows that students haven't had a lot of time to build their credit. So it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. You should be able to get approved as long as there's no like red flags on your credit report. I think you should be fine applying for this card. You can always double check if you're pre-approved by just going to discover.com and checking if you're pre-approved. That can be a good way to get a good feel for if you're in a good place to apply for this card or not. But as a college student with 0 credit, should not be a big problem. I would recommend, again, getting pre-approved, especially if you have like any red flags on your credit report, if you've defaulted on any payments or anything, might be a little bit tougher for you to get approved for this card. And if that's the case, I might actually recommend the Discover Secured card, which still does offer cashback benefits at a no annual fee card, which is great. So I might recommend that for you if you have some red flags on your credit report that might prevent you from getting this card. So I would say it can actually be a good first card for some college students, especially if you have no credit going into it. And it could be a good second card for you if you do have some like red flags on your credit report. You need to build it up a little bit. Could be a good second card for you. And again, with getting pre-approved, I should just mention there is no hard inquiry. It's not going to affect your credit score at all if you do try to get pre-approved. They're just going to check your credit score. They're not going to pull your report. It's not going to be a hard pull. It's going to be a soft pull on your credit report. So there's no harm in doing that. It won't affect your credit score at all. And it'll give you a good idea of whether or not you're ready to apply for this card. So that was my just overview of the Discover It card for students, which in my opinion is the best cashback card for students right now, just because you can get that 10% cashback in the first year. You get the good grade bonus, all that good stuff. The good rotating categories as well. They're categories people actually spend money in, as opposed to the Cash Plus card that I have. It's not super, the categories aren't great. Even though you get to pick which categories you want, they're not great. So I really do recommend this card for any students looking to get their first credit card. And whenever somebody asks me, what do you recommend for a student's first credit card? This is my go-to answer, pretty much 9 times out of 10. So if you guys like this video, please do leave a like. If you think there's anybody else you know that could get benefit from this video, be sure to share this video with them. And if you made it all the way to the end and you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider doing so. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until next time. Wait. I did not mean to clap yet. I was supposed to mention our sponsors in this video. Let me check. Oh, wait, it's me. Well, in that case, if you are a college student or otherwise financially strapped individual looking to invest, I put together a completely free course. Link for that will be found in the description below. It's called $100 and a Smartphone, and it's going to walk you through the process of putting your first $100 to work from the comfort of your smartphone. Included in this course is a free 30-minute Skype call with yours truly. So if you want to talk through any personal finance related topics that relate to you personally, some one-on-one stuff, if you're interested at all in that, be sure to sign up for one of those. And yeah, if you're interested in more details, the link will be in the description below, and it is 100% free.